In the early 2000s and 10s, Atlantic City was a bustling center for high-stakes gambling, attracting players from around the globe. Among them was Don Johnson, a man whose name would soon become synonymous with blackjack and casino strategy. Born in 1962 in Salem, Oregon, Johnson's journey into the world of gambling was unconventional. Before making his mark in casinos, he had a background in horse racing and had served as a state regulator for racetracks in several states. This experience gave him a unique perspective on the gambling industry, one that he would later leverage to his advantage. Johnson's entry into blackjack was not driven by a desire for fame or fortune, but by a keen interest in the game's strategy. Unlike many gamblers who rely on luck, Johnson approached blackjack with a methodical mindset. He studied the game extensively, learning about card counting, betting systems, and the nuances of casino operations. This knowledge would prove invaluable as he began to navigate the high-stakes tables of Atlantic City. His first significant break came when he was approached by the Borgata Hotel Casino and Spa. The casino, eager to attract high rollers, offered Johnson a deal that included loss rebates and favorable game conditions. Recognizing the opportunity, Johnson accepted and began playing at the Borgata. His success there was immediate and impressive, winning millions over several sessions. However, his winning streak was not without challenges. The casino, wary of his success, began to limit his play, eventually leading to his banishment from the Borgata. But Johnson was undeterred. He turned his attention to other casinos in Atlantic City. He approached Caesars Atlantic City in Tropicana, casino and resort with similar proposals. Both casinos, eager to compete for his business, offered him deals that included loss rebates, high betting limits, and favorable game rules. Johnson's ability to negotiate such terms was a testament to his deep understanding of casino operations and his strategic acumen. At Tropicana, Johnson's success reached new heights. In a single 12-hour session, he won nearly $6 million, a feat that decimated the casino's monthly revenue. This win was part of a larger pattern of success that saw him take over $15 million from Atlantic City casinos in just 6 months. His ability to consistently win at blackjack, combined with his strategic approach, made him a formidable opponent in the eyes of the casinos. However, Johnson's success was not without consequences. The casinos, feeling the financial strain of his victories, began to reevaluate their policies. They tightened game conditions, reduced loss rebates, and implemented stricter betting limits. Despite these measures, Johnson's reputation as a skilled and strategic gambler remained intact. In the years that followed, Johnson's story became a legend in the gambling world. His ability to outsmart the casinos and win millions at blackjack was a testament to the power of strategy and negotiation. He demonstrated that with the right knowledge and approach, it was possible to turn the odds in one's favor and succeed in the high-stakes world of casino gambling. If you're enjoying this story so far and want more real-life casino strategies, scams, and high-stakes drama, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. The strategic edge. Don Johnson's success at blackjack was not a result of mere luck, but of a carefully crafted strategy that exploited the weaknesses in casino operations. Central to his approach was the ability to negotiate terms that significantly reduced the house edge, giving him a mathematical advantage over the casino. One of the key components of Johnson's strategy was the loss rebate. This agreement stipulated that if Johnson lost a certain amount, the casino would refund a percentage of his losses. For example, at Tropicana, he secured a 20% rebate on losses exceeding $500,000. This meant that even on losing days, his financial exposure was mitigated, allowing him to continue playing without significant risk. In addition to the loss rebate, Johnson negotiated favorable game conditions. These included rules such as the dealer standing on soft 17, the ability to resplit aces, and the option to double down after splitting. These rules are advantageous to the player and reduce the house edge by ensuring that the games were played under these conditions. Johnson maximized his chances of winning. Another aspect of Johnson's strategy was his betting patterns. He often employed a flat betting system, wagering the same amount on each hand regardless of the outcome. This approach helped to manage risk and avoid detection by casino surveillance. It also allowed him to maintain a consistent level of play, which was crucial in maximizing the benefits of the favorable game conditions he had secured. Johnson's understanding of casino operations extended beyond the gaming tables. He was keenly aware of the financial pressures faced by casinos, especially during periods of economic downturn. This awareness allowed him to negotiate deals that were favorable to him and difficult for the casinos to refuse. His ability to leverage the casino's desire to attract high rollers and maintain their revenue streams was a testament to his strategic mindset. The combination of favorable game conditions, loss rebates, and strategic betting gave Johnson a significant edge over the casinos. His success was a result of meticulous planning, negotiation, and execution. He demonstrated that success in blackjack was not solely dependent on luck, but on a deep understanding of the game and the ability to exploit the weaknesses in casino operations. The casino response. As Don Johnson's winning streak continued, the casinos in Atlantic City began to take notice. His success was not only financially damaging, but also threatened the established norms of casino operations. In response, the casinos implemented a series of measures aimed at countering Johnson's advantage and protecting their bottom lines. One of the first steps taken was to tighten the rules of blackjack games. Casinos reduced the number of decks used, eliminated favorable rules such as doubling down after splitting, and altered payout structures. These changes increased the house edge and made it more difficult for players to gain an advantage. In addition to rule changes, casinos began to limit the betting limits for high-stakes players, where Johnson had once been allowed to wager $100,000 per hand. Casinos now imposed lower maximum bets. This restriction was intended to reduce potential losses from high-roller players and mitigate the impact of strategic gamblers like Johnson. The most significant response came in the form of banning Johnson from playing at certain casinos. Tropicana, Borgata, and Caesars all took steps to prevent him from playing under the favorable conditions he had negotiated. These bans were a direct result of his success and were aimed at protecting the casino's revenue streams from further losses. Despite these measures, Johnson's reputation as a skilled and strategic gambler remained intact. He had proven that with the right knowledge and approach, it was possible to outsmart the casinos and win at blackjack. His story became a cautionary tale for casinos and a source of inspiration for players seeking to gain an edge in the world of gambling. The legacy. Don Johnson's impact on the world of blackjack and casino gambling is undeniable. His ability to negotiate favorable terms, understand the intricacies of casino operations, and employ a strategic approach to the game set him apart from other gamblers. His success challenged the notion that the house always has the advantage, and demonstrated that with the right knowledge and strategy, players could succeed. In the years following his victories, Johnson's story has been studied by gamblers and casino professionals alike. His approach to blackjack has been analyzed and emulated, and his legacy continues to influence the strategies of modern gamblers. Casinos, aware of the lessons learned from Johnson's success, have implemented stricter policies and surveillance measures to prevent similar occurrences. Despite the changes in the casino industry, Johnson's story remains a testament to the power of strategy and negotiation. He proved that success in blackjack is not solely dependent on luck, but on a deep understanding of the game and the ability to exploit the weaknesses in casino operations. His legacy serves as an inspiration to gamblers seeking to gain an edge, and a reminder to casinos of the importance of vigilance and adaptability in the ever-evolving world of gambling. What do you think? Could you outsmart the house with the right strategy? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below.